Hey our Rockstars and welcome to our next area yoga session today. So let's just wait until everyone is able to hop in and until everyone recognizes actually that we are live. And if you're watching the replay, just drop in the comments if you're watching the replay. I would really love to know how many of you are making it to the lives or how many of you are going to catch the replay later on. So let's just see so more people can come in. So today we are going to do a warm-up again, of course. And I hope you are still full of energy or just have some fresh energy after you had a really nice sleep after we already started the event yesterday. So today's aerial flow is going to be a bit similar to yesterday. So we actually have a warm-up, of course, and then we're going to do some flips and tricks, and afterwards we will do some stretching. So before we start with the warm-up and the flips and tricks and the stretching, I would like to just give you some tips beforehand. So for example, what I really recommend when doing aerial yoga is that you don't have any coffee before. I know that especially those in the US, they just got up, so maybe you had a coffee, but I really recommend not to drink coffee when you do a yoga session or even an aerial yoga session, especially if it's involved with flips and tricks, because your heartbeat might go up and you might have like a super fast heart rate all of a sudden just because you drank too much coffee before. So have at least like 2 or 3 hours going like between coffee and the aerial. And also I suggest that you haven't eaten at least 2 hours before the class. So for example, now it's 3 p.m. at my time, so I had lunch at 1 p.m. And then, yeah, that should be fine. So I wouldn't really recommend to do the flips and tricks and the inversions on a full belly because it doesn't feel that good. And I know what I'm talking about because I also, when I started with this, I sometimes had coffee because the sessions were in the evening. So I noticed that it wasn't really a good decision to do the coffee and then the aerial. And yeah, so what we will be doing now is we will do a warm-up, then we will do the flips and tricks. And in the description of this live stream, you will also find my own playlist I love to listen to when I do aerial yoga. I'm not going to switch on my playlist now myself because I want you to be able to hear what I'm talking. So yeah, if you are ready to go, maybe put it in the comments. Let me know where you are from. And I can see we have a bit less people watching live than yesterday because probably you already noticed that I leave up the live stream so you're able to catch the replay. So maybe some of you are still in bed probably. Okay, so let's start. And I'm going to introduce you to a new flip. I just discovered myself. So it's going to be a really fun flip. Okay, so let's start with warming up. And for now, just stay on the mat and really arrive in the session. And I hope you had a nice Sunday so far. So just close your eyes and take some deep breath before starting the workout. So inhale in your belly once and breathe out. Inhale once and breathe out again. Inhale another time and breathe out. Okay, so get ready for the class. Okay, cool. Tracy is ready. So yeah, let's start. So first of all, let's warm up the wrists and the neck, and then we will do the other warm-up parts with the hammock. So just warm up your wrists. Just roll them in one side. For example, like I'm rolling them in different directions. So just roll them in either left or right side as you want. And if it's cold at your place, you might want to do a few more rounds than I do, because my joints are already pretty warm. because we have really warm weather today. And then circle them in the other direction. We will be using the arms a lot during this workout because of the flips and tricks I decided to do with you. So really make sure they are nice and warm. So if you feel like any stiffness in here, really make sure that you are warmed up really good before doing it. Then fold the hands together and have the hands swinging from one to the other side. Okay, yeah, it's cold in South Africa. Yeah, okay, so you might need to warm the joints a bit more. So maybe just take a few more rounds with like circling the wrists in both directions. So you feel that the wrists are really warm and warmed up and you don't have any stiffness or weird noises coming out of your wrists before going on in the hammock. But you can also, like, anytime in between, you can just shake out the hands as well to get rid of any pain or any stiffness. And yeah, so let's also warm up our neck. Have one hand on the head and move the head to the left side and maybe even a bit downwards and look towards the side. So you should feel a stretch in here in the side. And then grab the other hand, move towards the other side. And then get both hands behind your head and push down. And then roll your shoulders, roll your neck, and even your shoulders if you like. And try to do it as slow as possible. And also try to get rid of any noises coming out of your neck. You can also put the neck upside and down. So really make sure you are fully warmed up. So you will still feel good after the class. And I know what I'm talking about because once, like a few years back, I overworked my wrist, not with aerial, but with retouching the whole editing on the computer after I had an injury because I couldn't just stop working because I wanted to keep going. And then like I had a real injury, like an inflammation in the whole arm and the wrist, and I had to stop doing everything, like really everything for a long time. Okay, so let's start. You can step back. So make sure that the hammock is covering the upper part of your back. And this is something you can do anytime if you feel you want to open the chest a bit. So just open the arms to the side and even way back. So this will open your chest a bit and also release tension off the upper back. And then start swimming from one side to the other side. So when you swing from one side to the other side, make sure to breathe. And also really go down. So really flex one of the knees, one of the legs where you move down to warm up the legs as well. Just a few more times. So whenever you feel tired during the class, during the flips and tricks, you can come back in this swimming pose, or also just stay here and relax for a few seconds. Then let's warm up the legs. So you already know this probably from yesterday. Put in the leg and really make it nice and straight, and then open up sideways. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now swing to the other side. Cross raise 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then have the leg in the hammock, bring it below your knee, and the foot at the back should be pointing towards the front, so don't have it showing sideways too much, because otherwise you are going to hurt your ligaments and also your muscles in here if you turn to the other side too much. So just try to have it in one line showing to the front. And then the inhale, point to the toe, and fold the hands above your head. And breathe. Don't be lazy in here, so don't just stay here like this with the foot really close, with the legs really close to each other, but really push away with the leg that's on the mat. Push the hammock away to open up more and feel a deeper stretch and use more muscles. Then open up to the side with the back foot and have the arms showing straight. Have them in one line and look above your fingertips. And really start pushing in the mat again to have a deeper stretch in the legs. And then when breathing out, move your body towards the ground and have the palms open and the arms straight. Now you can either look up like I am doing it, or you can also look down if you want to relax your neck a bit more. And breathe. Then get out of this pose, and we will go in dancer's pose again, like we did yesterday. So it's going to warm and stretch our whole body. So don't forget to push in the hammock with the leg that's in the air. And make sure that your knees are still close together. So don't have the knee going outside because it would hurt your knee. So really try to keep it in as much as possible. And we're going to start warm up the other side of our body as well. When I know for some of you, you might feel a bit bored doing the workout, doing the warm-up now, but it's really important to have a good warm-up before doing the fun flips and tricks. So open the leg to the other side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now swing to the other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then we will go in the warrior pose again. And you can stay here if you want some more relaxation and still use your legs. Or you can also fold the palms together, put them together in the warrior pose. Then open up to the side in my favorite warrior 2 position. And you can really look in front of you, either on your fingertips, or imagine a goal, like a target you can't see. So imagine a target and breathe. Then move your upper body towards the ground and look upwards if possible, or again relax your neck looking downwards. Then get out of this pose and go in the dancer's pose again. Okay, when you get out of this pose, just put the hammock in front of you again. And then you're going to have the arms shoulder width apart from each other and really grab the hammock. And then lean forward while stepping forward with one leg. So really use the leg muscles you have. And then lift off the back foot and have it in a straight line. So this is a pose Warrior 3, and it's going to use the muscles in all of your body. And it's especially a good training for the core, the back, the arms, and the legs. So it's going to use all muscles. And it's a really good pose for anyone here who wants to train the legs and the core to relieve back pain on a long-term basis. And then go out of the pose and switch legs. So again, grab the hammock, shoulder width apart, start leaning forwards with a straight back and step forward. You can also flex the leg a bit to have a better balance and lift off the back leg. So when you do this, you can stay in one straight line. You don't have to have your leg going up too much and not too much down, so have it in one straight line. And then get out of the pose, and we're going to warm up our core muscles and arms a bit more. So this time we won't go down in a plank. This time, that's really good for anyone who wants to work a bit more on the upper body, to strengthen the upper body. So for this, have the arms in the hammock, especially the wrists needs to be covered, and we have the hands hanging out. And then wrap the fabric around your arms one time. And then you can also grab on the hammock. And when you're in this pose, so your hands are wrapped up nicely, especially the wrists to protect them. Lean back with the arms straight and then start pulling yourself towards the hammock. So breathe out if you move inwards and breathe in if you let yourself hang down. So it's going to look like this. Let me show it to you from the other side. It's going to look like this. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, if you like, you can go in a resting pose for a few seconds. So jump in the hammock, put the arms behind you, let them fall down, and put your upper head, so your forehead, put it on the knees and fold together. So this is also a pose you can go in anytime if you want to have a short break. And then you can prepare yourself. You can get ready for the first flip. So, yeah, I think, we did a good warm-up already. So you can prepare for the first flip. So for this one, you want to go either in a straddle back or you want to sit in the hammock. So I'm going to show you the easier version of it first. So I think this flip is fun for everyone, whether you're a beginner or intermediate. But for the beginners especially, you will feel more safe if you start in a seated position. So I'm going to demonstrate the flip to you once. And it's kind of a fun flip because you will do 2 flips for the full pose. And it's really nice to put this one together in a sequence. So for this one, just put the arms behind you and then hold the hammock down so it's up to, I would say, a bit higher than the hip. And then you can lean backwards and open the legs. So you are kind of in the monkey position in the straddle back, but with more fabric covering all your body. If you like to warm up the hands a bit more, you can also push them firmly in the ground and wrap the legs around the hammock and you're in headstand. Now what you want to do now is wrap the hammock high and wrap the legs around the hammock, and you're going in the goddess pose. So you're in here, and when you're in the goddess pose, make the legs together once and then sit back. So now you are in a seated position. In this pose, if you start in a seated position, then it's going to hurt less in the legs if you are a beginner. So you will feel less fabric cutting in your legs. And when you are here, start leaning back and put the feet behind you. And just roll in this pose. Have the hammock supporting you and open up. And when you are done with this, make sure to grab the hammock with your feet, and you did a second flip and you are back in the monkey pose. Okay, so let me show it to you one more time. So I'm going to explain it even more slowly now. So you're in a seated position, and I'm going to show it to you from the other side now, because I think that's how you can see way better. So you're in the seated position, and then you slide down with the arms, so the material is covering everything up to the lower back, and then you slowly lean back and open the legs. Now you can also hold the material a bit together so that these aren't covered anymore, and you are hanging here upside down. If you like, you can also straighten the legs. You don't have to. You can also just stay here in the monkey pose. And then grab high above your feet and then push your legs through and sit up. Now you want to hold yourself on the hammock and lift your bum a bit and then close the legs. So you're hanging in this position right now. And then sit back in the material. When you're sitting in here, make the legs together, and you can also point the toes to make it look nicer. And then just swing around a bit, and then flip the legs above your head through the hammock. And you are hanging in the hammock. Now to get out of it, move the feet around the material above your head, let go both arms, and you can open up the legs as well, and then sit back in the hammock. Okay, let me see if you have any questions. So whenever you have questions when I'm showing you these, then just let me know. So now I'm going to show you the pose again, but this time It's going to be a bit different. So this time what we will do is we will straddle back in a standing position. So both is working. If you're a beginner, the sitting version is easier for you because it won't cut as much into the legs as the version I'm showing you now. But otherwise it's like working the same way. So make sure the hammock is on hip level or below the hip. And then straddle back. And if you like, you can also open the arms, swing around a bit. Those with back pain, you might just want to hang here a bit and enjoy the swing. Enjoy that all the liquid is now moving upwards. You get fresh energy in your head. And then when you're ready, grab the fabric above your feet on both sides, push through with the legs, and sit up. So when you are in the goddess pose, or in the straddle seat, some call it as well, you want to close the legs and sit back. Now this one is cutting in a bit more compared to the other seated position we had before, but we won't stay in here anyway, so just close the legs and flip. So now you're in this position, and to get out of it again, put the feet around the hammock and just let go and open up again. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions coming up. Okay, seems you managed to do this. That's great. So we can do this one more time and then we will go in another pose. Okay, so straddle back again, open up the legs, open up the arms as well. Then put the legs on the hammer and climb up. Now when you're here and you climbed up, then you want to sit back in the hammer and then do the flip, and you are swinging in the hammer, and when you're done swinging around, put the feet around the hammer and open up, and you are hanging here again in the hammock in the mountain pose. Now if you're here, enjoy a back stretch for a few seconds. So if you're hanging upside down, walk forwards with your hands to the top of your mat, and then let go and slowly lean back. So it's kind of a similar stretch like the downward facing dog. And it's a really nice stretch for the upper body. Now once you are done, you can go back in the goddess pose. If you're in here, and now I'm going to show you something that's a bit more easier for the beginners among you. So especially for the beginners, it's an easier one than before, so you will enjoy this one. So if you're in the goddess pose, hold yourself on one side of the hammock and then lean forward with your upper body and hook the fabric below your knee. And if you have hooked the fabric below your knee, you can also let go of the arms and you're in the inverted pigeon. Then you can open up with your whole body. Now we will do this another time with the other side. So climb in the goddess pose. And then we're going to do the other side as well. So hold on the other side of the fabric, roll downwards, hook the knee. So hook the fabric in the knee and open up. And then you can also open up with your whole body. Okay. So let me know if you have any questions around these two poses. And otherwise, I'm just going to continue to show you even a third flip for today. Because we still have much time left. So just let me know if you have any questions for the two poses. So let me know in the comments. Have you been able to make them? How did you like them? Have they been fun for you, or have they been too easy or too hard for you? Let me know. I'm just going to grab some water. Okay. So seems you have been able to do all of them. That's great. So let's go in a standing position on the hammock. Bunch the fabric together and then step in with one leg. You can choose any leg you like. And then grab high on the fabric and move up. So now you're in a standing position in your hammock. And then you just get around the hammock with one arm and also the other arm. But you have one arm in front of the hammock and the other one you will go behind the hammock and then grab the hammock for being able to pull the hammock together. And that means you have now one of the legs covered in the fabric. And then all you need to do is hold on the side. We also put in the leg. And you are hanging in this position. Then step in the hammock to get the fabric down and roll around another time. And you are in this pose. I think this pose looks really nice on the pictures. So if you're in this pose, you can even roll around another time if you have a higher ceiling, not like me. To get out, make your legs straight again and roll out of the hammock in the other direction, and you're back in the standing position. Okay, you can see I find the fabric hurts when I use it around my hips. Do you get used to it? Let me know what you mean with the fabric hurts if you put it around your hips. So, like once, if the fabric cuts in some parts of your body, you will get used to it for sure. But if you mean that the fabric cuts in your, it cuts in the hip and it hurts a lot, then you might have it placed in the wrong part of your body. So if you mean that the hammock kind of hurts on the hip, and you mean like this pose, this straight back, then it might be because you have it on the wrong point of your body. So if it's too high, it will hurt, and if it's too low, it will also probably hurt. But usually people have more problem of putting it too high, so it shouldn't be on this part of your body, but really more on the hip, just above your booty. And then really have the hammock like really hold it down with the hands, so really push in the material so it won't slide up while you stretch it back. And then it's still at the same point where you had it before, and it won't hurt, or it shouldn't hurt in the hip. Okay. Mine hurt when I go forward, but my body got used to it. Yeah. So if there's just a slight feeling of being uncomfortable, that's totally normal. Even if it hurts when doing the flips and roll around, it cuts in your legs or your arms, you will get used to it. It just will help you with the blood flow, with the circulation. And even your skin will get tighter and will get more used to it. Like my skin is really sensitive, so I get bumps easily, but with the air yoga, my skin got more used to it and it tightened up. So that's also a nice benefit of air yoga. Yeah, so Nikki says the same. Yeah, you will get used to it for sure. So let's go in the standing position again. So use whatever leg you want. Then get up. And if you are in here, you will cross the hammock. So one arm goes in front of the hammock and grabs the other side of the hammock. And one arm goes behind the hammock and grabs the other side. Then pull the arms together so you are twisting around. And now where you have the leg inside in the hammock, you will also grab this side with both hands and then just lean forward. And also don't get stuck in here, but when you lean forward, also put the free leg in front already. And you're hanging in this position. And make sure to tap in the hammock once, so the hammock won't be on your knee, but more on the ankle. And you're in this pose. So when you're in here, if you like and you have more fabric and the highest knee, you can also wrap around another time. And to get out, make the legs straight and roll out of this pose. So then we will also do it with the other side. So switch legs and put the leg first of all behind the hammock and then twist the hammock. And now since I'm in with the left foot, I'm holding on the left side and move the free leg in front of the hammock. And I'm leaning again forward, push in the hammock, and move up. So now I'm hanging in here like this because I didn't tap in enough on the hammock. But let me quickly check. Okay, thank you for showing the trick and twisting the hammock. Always starting with that seems so easy though. Yeah, when there are two things you can do if you're in this pose. So you can do this pose without the twist, but I think with a twist it works way better. So again, twist the hammock one time, then step in front of the hammock, and then lean forward. Step in the fabric, and you are in this pose. Yeah, so when you're in here, to get out, just roll yourself out again. Yeah, so there are like two versions of it, I think, online I have seen so far. So first of all, the twisted one, and there's also the other version in it. So you wouldn't actually twist the hammock, but some just start leaning on the side and then start rolling themselves up. So that's also like another version of it. Yeah. Right, every pose works better twisting, I feel. Yeah, I think like the twisting the material really makes sense to get in the pose easier. And also, if it's twisted already around your ankle, you will also feel safer. Okay. Cool. So yeah, let me know if you have any other questions regarding the poses I just showed you. Otherwise, I would like to go in like an easier pose now because we did so many flips. Like we did like 4 flips actually today because in one pose there were 2 included. So yeah, we won't do even more rolls and flips now. But if you enjoyed them, you can also check out the other tutorials that are already online on YouTube and in this group. And you can always just go back on YouTube to find all the replays. So I will leave the replays on. So we will do some more easy relaxing poses now after all the flips. So for this, I'm going to show you the Phoenix pose. And it's also a pose that looks really nice. So for this, straddle flag, open up the leg, and then put one leg, wrap one leg around the hammer, and then move the other leg behind you, and have it straight. And then at the same time, you're going to have the arms, so open the arms to the side, and then behind you. So the arms are straight and also the leg is straight. So that's the Phoenix pose. And then we can switch sides. So now have the other leg wrapped around the fabric, and then use the other leg and make the other leg straight towards the side, and then have it go behind you and put the arms behind you straight again. Okay. Okay. So then, what we can do now is we can do the mermaid pose. So the mermaid pose, I really like this one. But if you have any back pain, then I wouldn't recommend doing it. So first, work a bit more on your core muscles and on your back before doing the mermaid pose. But for those who have a good back and good core muscles and you don't have any back pain, you can totally do it. So since I want to have a bit more fun going in the seated position, I will do the flip. Now, if you would like to learn how to do the flip, maybe you want to catch the replay of yesterday, because yesterday I even showed the flip, how you can sit in the hammock. Now, when you're here to go in the mermaid pose, you are going to have the fabric behind you, so grab it behind you, and then slide it down on your lower back and walk in the hammock. And then have the hammock only up to your hip, so cover only the body up to the hip. And then lean downwards. And also have the arms hanging behind you. So that's the mermaid pose. I'm going to show it to you from the other side as well. And well, I think the mermaid pose really looks nice on photos, but it's really tiring for the back muscles. So make sure you have good back muscles if you are doing this. So if you have never done it, you can just trust the hammock that it will hold you because you have enough material covering you. And then since you are sitting in here anyway, you can have a slight rest after doing all this. So cover your whole body with the fabric and then put the arms above your head together and roll on one side. So lie on one side, really nice and straight. And then you can fold your whole body together and open up again. And fold your whole body together and open up again. So breathe out when folding together and breathe in when going, moving outside and folding up. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now you can do it on the other side as well. Now this pose is also, you can also do it if you are not warmed up, and it's really relaxing for our back muscles. So fold together and open up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then sit in the hammock and have one leg on the left side and the other leg on the right side. So sit in the hammock and then just lean on one side to have a nice stretch in the legs. And lean towards the other side. And now you can get out of the hammock and we will work on relieving some tension from our neck and do a nice stretch. So wrap the hands around the fabric and the wrists are covered. So this is like one of my favorite stretch. So just kneel down on the floor and have the hammock pulling you upwards. So that's like kind of one of the favorite stretch for me. So I kind of always like to integrate it. And then lean back once. And let the neck relax. Okay, so then you can make yourself ready to just lie in the hammock or lie on the floor as you wish. So we will cool down a bit now, and then I'm already handing over the show to Caroline. Caroline is actually supporting me as an assistant, and she's also in my coaching program. So I'm really excited to see what she will be doing. So she will be continuing with some aerial flows, not aerial flows, actually yoga flows. So she will do a yoga flow to relieve back pain, and also she will talk about feeling and loving your body. So let's cool it down a bit and Just lie in the hammock or on the ground. Close your eyes and feel how your body feels. Probably it's loaded with fresh energy now, loaded with energy that you will need, and by watching all the upcoming workshops, just feel how you are breathing right now. Let the breath come in and out naturally. And feel how the breath slowly gets very calm. Let all muscles in your body relax. If you like, you can shake out the muscles. Especially you worked a lot on your upper body and arms today. And now give yourself a smile. Thank yourself for joining the live stream or for catching the replay. Give yourself a smile and a smile. As you learned yesterday, if you've watched my mindfulness class, it will also relieve some stress, and it will also make you feel more relaxed and happy. So smile. And thank you for joining today's class, so you can slowly come back in the present. Wiggle your toes and your fingers, shake out your fingers, have a nice stretch in all directions as you like. And when you're ready, open your eyes and you're back in the present. And now you can look forward to some more really cool and fun classes. So let me quickly check the timetable. So right now what's upcoming is from Caroline, from Caro, Feel and Love Your Body and Releasing Back Pain. So it's a yoga class combined with some coaching, like mastermind style. Then in a few hours I'm going to do my second part of the Spiritual Business Masterclass. It's about alignment and rebuilding and growing your authentic brand. And then I'm going to do a meditation, like an 8 to 10 minute meditation to tune in with your body and feelings and emotions. And then you can do some journaling. We'll do a Q&A. So if you have any questions about anything, like whether it's air yoga, whether it's your business or anything else, feel free to hop on in this one and ask me any questions you have. Then we have Elle upcoming. She's really cool, and she's going to talk about self-love, manifestation. So self-love and manifestation masterclass is going to be with her. And then we have Kate coming up again. So probably you already know her from yesterday. And today Kate is talking about how to stop self-sabotaging yourself. Yeah, and then it's already like the closing, so you will see me again during another meditation and really like tuning out of today. And I'm going to have a surprise and an invitation upcoming for you. And yeah, so that's like the schedule for now. And check out the emails. Check out the emails I am going to send you tomorrow, because I'm going to invite you to hop in a group Zoom call with me on Thursday and Sunday if you want to hop on it. And it's going to be another mastermind and Q&A session again. Okay. So I'm handing over the word to Carol now. She's going to come up in a few minutes. So I hope you enjoyed today's class. Let me know in the comments if there are any questions left. And yeah, so really looking forward to the other workshops today. And thank you so much for joining live or catching the replay. Namaste and see you again in a few hours.